So, the third idea is a woman, you, who meets her own soul.
Ooh, that's cool.
It's not as visually. I mean, right now in my mind, like I said, these are the ideas that that are all written up here. And right now, it's not as visually exciting as the car or the canvas in this art studio. You know, I don't know where.
It's much more difficult to come up with a personified soul, I guess.
Oh well, I know what the soul is going to be like. It's where it takes place, which isn't really defined, but basically what you are confronted with is, you know, the tagline is your soul knows yourself better than you do. And you know, every religion has a God, has angels, you know, and that basically is, from my beliefs, is kind of translated into a soul and what you believe that is part of, and in a higher, you know, within a higher power. But basically, what happens to you as a character is all of the things that you think about life, love, religion are flipped. So it's your journey.
And then there is an incident that has occurred that has...
Well, it's like you trust your own soul. You know, if a stranger comes up to you, if a preacher comes up to you, if a teacher comes up to you and says, you know, you should really think about these things in life. These are important. This is totally different because you know these things are real. You know it's a part of you. So you have to accept it as real. There's no, let me think about this. That's too crazy. And so all these beliefs, all the paths that you've taken in your life are shattered, essentially, in your mind.
Because my soul has told me that, or...
Told you something to the contrary of like how you were living your life. It's
Okay.
basically yeah, you get checked by yourself.
Okay.
And so, you know, that's obviously really an intense cerebral thing that's going to be explained in the choices you made and how those aren't really going to be part of your life anymore. Those things you believed in, those people you were with. So it's, you know, to you, now that you know this, everything's going to be different. It's, you know, all of a sudden you're numb. It's, what do I have to look for now? Well, you know, I got to rewrite my path.
That sounds interesting to me.
You like that one?
Yeah. I mean, I like them all, but that sounds like it would be... That sounds like some seriously interesting dialogue.
Oh yeah, and that's the only part why it's not my favorite out of three is just because it's really dialogue heavy. I love it. I think it's interesting. It's just like I said, visually. I mean, I'm not worried about what it's going to look like, but it's not going to be as fun dramatic as the others. If you can, you know, kind of understand.
Fun dramatic.
Well, it's really, really heavy.
Right.
And the others are obviously heavy. But it's yeah, so, you know, like I said, the first one I really like, but they're all kind of my babies. So, what is your favorite character out of those?
I mean, I definitely am drawn to the soul character, just because I know that would be an interesting thing to explore. But I mean, you know, like right now, Ben and I are doing a scene very similar to the one that you just, the artist woman, like we were doing a Neil LaBute Helter Skelter, where it's, you know, man and wife, and she just figured out that he's been sleeping with her sister for 6 years, and at the very end, she's pregnant, like with his child, you know, 8 months pregnant, and at the very end, he's like, I'm just like, you know, divorced quietly, like recently between them at the scene, and she's just like, no. Yeah, everybody has a chance to do something extraordinary, and this is my chance. You're not going to go quietly. I'm not going to go quietly. And she stabs her like unborn baby, and it just ends in this like, you know, totally random, unexpected, crazy ending. And so when you said that, I was like, yeah.
So you could relate to.
Well, like, you know, I've been studying that character. You know?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know, and I think the first one would be definitely an interesting thing to explore, that the decision of like freedom or love kind of thing. I mean, I guess, you know, which one are you kind of leaning toward in terms of like, this is the most plausible for me to write and to produce? Or which one would you really like to have turned into a feature, I guess?
Well, like I said, they're already written in my mind. So for me, it's just a matter of putting them on paper, and I'm comfortable that I can do that with all three of them in a very short period of time. And visually, the visual aspects of the first story, Getaway, combined with the story, make it the most exciting one for me, because there's a lot going on, and I really like as a viewer, I want to know what choice that woman's going to make, because I think it's something that more people can relate to. Not everybody can relate to the situations presented in the other two scenarios, but the first one, there's a lot of people that make that decision about, do
self-preservation or...
Yeah, and even on a more common level, it's like, am I gonna forget about this relationship to go work harder to make more money? It's like, it's something that people can really, I think, recognize as the most extreme choice and something that they've been confronted with before. And so in that way, I think it might be, the most powerful, the most eye-opening, because it'll be relatable. So yeah, so the first one, Getaway, as I call it, is my favorite.
Okay. I mean, they all sound really fun to me. I think it is a little, it's a little intimidating not to have something in front of me to read. But, I'm interested. I don't know much about you, though, is the thing, I'm kind of
Fair enough.
I don't really know what questions to ask, but I feel like I should be asking some.
What's the first question that comes to your mind?
Do you have other material, other things in the works that I could look up or see? What are a very brief resume?
I can send you a link to some of my work. I've done multiple shorts and music videos, so
that would be great.
Okay.
And I just I'm new out here, and I feel like I should probably just be doing research on.
That makes sense. No, absolutely.
Not that I'm super critical.
You don't trust me, Sarah. You don't trust me.
No.
I'm so likable that you have your doubts.
No,
that makes perfect sense.
I mean, you get to watch me 24/7 if you want.
Yeah, it's not fair, is it?
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
everything about you and.
But I'm definitely interested. When would you want to be shooting these, or?
I'd like to shoot them as soon as possible. So, if are you saying that you can't commit right now? Just tell me exactly what you're feeling.
It feels strange to commit right now.
Okay.
But I'm not opposed to it. I think I just feel like I need to know you better. Not weird?
No, it's not. It's not.
Are you in a serious time crunch, or?
It's there are constraints because there's some things upcoming, like a month, in the near future that I will need to jump into. There's other projects that I've committed to.
Right.
So this kind of lives before that. So.
I don't particularly have a problem, with any of those ideas or anything like that. So.
There's nothing that you won't do. You'll do. It's a preference. It's a preference, basically. Is what I'm saying. It's there's no idea that you say, oh, I don't want to do that one. I won't do that.
Yeah, there's not. I don't know what your style is or anything like that. But there's nothing that you really said that I'm just oh my gosh.
Okay.
Because I get the impression that it is, at least what I think you're trying to say is you're really trying to get across some very serious decisions using, like you said, kind of cerebral, emotional, those things. I'm not sure that, I realize that split wrists is slightly graphic, but I doubt that you're,
It's not, it's not, I don't want to make a gory thing.
Yeah, Stephen King. But
it's about the moment. It's about the emotional journey that the characters at, that point in their lives. So it's not blood on the screen and all that stuff. How about this? Which one is your favorite as of now? Just the story. Like if I wasn't like if you just saw these three options, and you were like, oh, you know, if I could do anything, it would be this one.
I mean, I do really like the soul conversation, but if you're going to go between the two that I think you really are wanting to put into motion, I do think that The Getaway is an interesting. Not that the artist thing isn't interesting, but I think that in terms of like maybe what I would want to watch, what I would identify, like I agree that people definitely struggle with that decision of like work, money, life, freedom,
Relationship,
self-preservation versus, you know, love, relationships. So
out of those two,
yeah, I'd say Getaway.
the Getaway.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be an interesting, journey in terms of emotionally between those two. It'd be nice to kind of do something different than the thing I'm doing with Ben right now.
Yeah, I can see the parallels with the second choice.
Yeah.
Art to Die For.
Yeah.
Put Your Heart Into It just took on a whole new meaning.
Oh no.
What do you think about that?
No.
So yeah, no, I get why it's kind of familiar, and I think the other two, especially the first one would be a challenge, a new character, some new emotions to explore.
I think the stakes might be a little higher. In that
Yeah.
There's a lot more pressure on that moment.
There's a lot more things going on.
Yeah.
The chase, the relationship,
Yeah.
the body, the man,
Time
the lover.
running out. Yeah.
Yeah, ticking clock. Okay, so that's if you decide that you're comfortable with working with me, that's the one to go with.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get something down on paper
That'd be great.
and start painting this picture for you.
Yeah, that would
And then
be
I'll send that
wonderful.
over.
I would really love that.
Okay.
That would be great. That would help
Cool.
me out a lot.
And that'll help you make your decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Cool.
Good deal.
Are you excited or are you nervous?
Yeah, you
Or
got
both?
you got great ideas. Like I think
Thank
it's
you.
great that you're putting all these things in motion and.
You get so many ideas floating around in your head all day. You got to put them somewhere.
You must have like a stack of napkins somewhere.
You would not believe me if I told you.
I'm sure.
Okay, great. I'm going to do that, and we will talk about the getaway idea very soon.
Good deal.
Awesome. Thank you so much
Yeah, thank you.
for your time. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Working with both of us and keep on coming over. We'll have a good day.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, or barbecue or whatever.
Yeah, we're putting up a whole table right now, so you can come by and play pool.
Oh well, yeah. Don't say that because I'll come.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll be over here tomorrow.